What about me?
What's gonna happen to us, Dwight?
Welcome to Ms. Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 forgotten celeb couples of the 2000s. Number 10, Macaulay Culkin and Mila Kunis. When it comes to Mila Kunis' dating history, what most of us think of is her current marriage to Ashton Kutcher, and perhaps the unconfirmed rumors that she dated her other That 70s Show co-star, Wilmer Valderrama. Many of us forget that she dated Macaulay Culkin, let alone the fact that they were together from 2002 to 2010, breaking up in January of 2011. To be fair, much of their relationship was done long distance, so Culkin still spent much of his time home alone even after making Kunis his girl. Number 9, Kim Kardashian and Nick Cannon. Pretty much anything Kim Kardashian does makes headlines, especially anyone she dates. And yet, it's very easy to forget that one of the people she dated was Nick Cannon. However, the reason for this could be because they only dated for a few months in 2006 and possibly early 2007. And this timeline is important because it was in 2007 when her famous tape with Ray J from 2002 was released to the world, and Kim began her rise from that girl who knows Paris Hilton to the mega celeb she is today.
Did you guys know that I'm like the #1 Google search last week?
Number 8, Jamie Dornan and Keira Knightley. These two were an item from 2003 to 2005, and during that time, the celebrity status skewed heavily to Keira, who was already an international movie star. Dornan, however, was almost still a decade away from critical acclaim in The Fall and international recognition in 50 Shades of Grey. Jamie has even admitted to feeling second-rate, saying, quote, "The man is meant to be the alpha in the relationship on the money and power front, and clearly I was not. You feel you have to be dominant in other areas, and that leads to problems."
I'm a dominant.
What does that mean?
Number 7, Natalie Portman and Gael Garcia Bernal. While multiple reports agree that the relationship started around 2003 and was rather short-lived, some outlets have them meeting on the set of an indie flick, while others claim it was at a post-Oscars party. It also appears that the couple rekindled things later on, but whether that happened 9 months or a couple of years post-breakup depends on who you ask. The second time around, there were also reports of a love triangle involving Argentine actress Dolores Fonzi, the future mother of Bernal's 2 children. Number 6, Gisele Bündchen and Leonardo DiCaprio. Leonardo DiCaprio and Bündchen, two of the most beautiful people on the planet, were together for almost 5 years before she ended things in 2005. Bündchen recently opened up about that dark time in her life when she was suffering from debilitating panic attacks.
I was trapped and I couldn't breathe. And
she decided to change her lifestyle and her habits, and when she came out the other side, she realized that Leonardo wasn't right for her anymore, saying, quote, "Was I alone in wanting to do some serious soul searching while he stayed the same?" In the end, unfortunately, the answer was yes. Number 5, Scarlett Johansson and Josh Hartnett. They met on the set of the Brian De Palma film The Black Dahlia and dated for about 2 years between 2005 and 2007.
It's nice. You couldn't have worked out better if you planned it, could it, Dwight?
Hartnett was a major Hollywood star back in the early to mid-aughts, and while he has been working consistently ever since, his star definitely looks to have peaked back then. And it would seem that Josh blames, at least partially, his dating history for his career path taking a less prominent route. He told Elle magazine that dating his co-stars made him, quote, "a lot of enemies in Hollywood." Number 4, Alanis Morissette and Ryan Reynolds. They met at Drew Barrymore's birthday party in 2002, and they soon fell head over feet for each other. In fact, before he married and divorced Scarlett Johansson, Reynolds had plans to make Morissette his first wife when he proposed to her in 2004. But the couple never took those next steps down the aisle, and in 2007, the hand in Morissette's pocket was no longer wearing his engagement ring. Number 3, Chris Evans and Jessica Biel. If Chris Evans and Jessica Biel started dating today, it would be one of the biggest celebrity stories in the world. And not just because Biel has been married to Justin Timberlake since 2012, but also because Evans is Captain America and one of the biggest movie stars on the planet. However, that wasn't the case back when these two dated on and off within 2001 and 2006. At the time, Biel was making a name for herself in Seventh Heaven, while Chris was just starting to gain traction with films like Not Another Teen Movie and Fantastic Four. And while Chris has found more and more film success, he's yet to find dating success to match what he had with Biel. Number 2, Orlando Bloom and Kate Bosworth. Before there was a Katie in Orlando Bloom's life, there was a Kate. The dates are a little unclear, but most reports have Bloom and Bosworth beginning to date between 2002 and 2003, and then on and off until 2006, which is right around the time that they both hit it big, especially Bloom.
Something draws near. I can feel it.
While 2002's Blue Crush put Kate on the map, the release of The Lord of the Rings: The Fellowship of the Ring in 2001 made Orlando an international star overnight. They would land at airports and there would be girls flashing Bloom like they were at Mardi Gras, and he was the last guy with beaded necklaces. Number 1. Lenny Kravitz and Nicole Kidman. Of course you remember that Nicole Kidman was married to Tom Cruise, and you know that she's currently married to Keith Urban. But many of us forget that in between those two marriages, she dated Lenny Kravitz. The couple were together in 2003 and possibly for some of 2004, and while it was brief, it was long enough for them to get engaged. However, Kidman has since said that one of the reasons the relationship ended was that they weren't ready to get married. They're still friends though. Though this may be weird for some exes, it's not for Kravitz, who has said that he and ex-wife Lisa Bonet are best friends.
Now I'm gonna live